As you have heard, President Trump had been telling his supporters and his millions of Twitter followers that Pence had the ability to secure the presidency for Trump, that Mike Pence alone had the power to overturn the election results, if he would just do it.
This is a very unique reporting for MustangMedic because I was there. So I'm going to explain to you why it is impossible to do the narrative what CNN and many senators and Congress people are doing by saying that the assault on the Capitol was because of what Mike Pence decided, announcing that he constitutionally could only certify the votes, he couldn't reverse the votes. Now, this is the timeline, and I've got notes. At 12:40 on January 6th, the first wave of protesters started attacking the Capitol. You see the pictures of the Capital City Police ushering them in, go, 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 and them going to the Capitol. You could see some senior citizens that were very confused in the mob as it goes forward. There was a lot of people, there was a lot of confusion at the Capitol. And we're not clear why those Capital City policemen were ushering them towards the Capitol. It was very odd, very odd. Well, at 12:40, that was the first assault. At just after 1 p.m., 20 minutes later, Mike Pence has the letter and affirms that he will follow the Constitution and he can't overturn the decision of the electorates from the states. So Arizona was coming up. They go in alphabetical order. Now, the attack happened 20 minutes before Mike Pence announced that. Okay? He's going to follow the Constitution. And I know, what I know of Mike Pence is he's a good Christian man. He's loyal to President Trump. And he followed the Constitution. A lot of people are bashing Vice President Pence. And I think it's uncalled for. That's my opinion. Back to the numbers. President Trump's speech went to 1:11 p.m. Okay, let me go back again, just to make it clear. The first assault on the Capitol happened at 12:40. That was before he had said, let's march to the Capitol and peacefully protest. Yes, he said, let's fight like hell and all of that. Many politicians have done it before and not been accused of any actions of people that were listening to them. 12:40. Just after 1, Mike Pence announces that he's going to follow the Constitution. He does not have the power to be able to overturn the votes. It's squarely putting the responsibility onto the electorate and the governors and the states that chose to certify an election that has much more than 1% of discrepancies. How should we say it? I think it's 68% with the Dominion machines were error rate. So it's treason. Anybody that certified an election with more than 1% is doing something that's unconstitutional. They committed treason. Mike Pence didn't. He followed the Constitution and certified the elections of the people that committed treason. So at 1:11, President Trump says, let's march to the Capitol, which I was glad because I was there for like an hour and a half. We were packed in. It was really tight. My position was between the Washington Monument, the Ellipse, which is right behind the White House. I wasn't anywhere near the Capitol. It was the first question every country that interviewed me because this cowboy hat was asking. Now, what most people don't know, and I've confirmed this with federal officials, is they jam the phones when the president is speaking. And I can confirm this with my T-Mobile. I had no cell phone reception. I talked to other people that were packed in. They had no cell phone reception. So there was no cell phone reception until about, I want to say, maybe 5 minutes. I would say probably around 5 minutes before his speech ended or 5 minutes after. So that's 1:11. So that's either 1:16 or 1:06. So no one in the entire crowd of people in the Trump rally watching President Trump had cell phone reception. So there's no way they could have found out that Mike Pence had made that formal declaration in a letter saying that he was going to do it. So if the Trump supporters were jammed because they had no cell phone reception, who were these people that were attacking the Capitol at 12:40 before Mike Pence's letter and before President Trump said, let's march to the Capitol, let's fight like hell? The Trump supporters didn't know. No one in that crowd knew. They had no cell phone reception of what Mike Pence did. The people that attacked the Capitol had to have information before the fact. So this busts the whole narrative that CNN is saying, and all these senators, mostly Democrats, from what I can tell, there's some, I guess we'll call them rhinos, but Republicans, that are saying that President Trump caused this assault. There's no way the President Trump could have caused the assault. All the phones were jammed in all the areas. The attack happened before Mike Pence's declaration of following the Constitution. So that busts the whole narrative. MustangMedic reporting the truth and the timing. They were jammed. The timing proves that this assault was premeditated and happened before Mike Pence ever announced what he was going to do. And no Trump supporters in the area of the rally could have had any cell phone reception because they were being jammed because it was a presidential address, because President Trump was speaking. This is William Wheating with the facts on the ground. CNN, knock it off. You Democrats that are sitting there crying that he caused this, it is proof that he could not have caused it by the timing, by the phone jamming, and by simply just the timing of the assault. It's all right there. So please, people, stand down. Mike Pence has been a loyal vice president to President Trump. He's got a record of being a good Christian man, and he has displayed that. Please, look at the numbers. They don't lie. But the mainstream media does, and everybody else that's bashing Vice President Pence. This is William Wheating from MustangMedic, reporting the facts on the ground. I was there. I know the phones were jammed. I checked with people next to me. There was no way to do it. I found out, I thought it was suspicious. People thought it was because of bad phone reception because there were so many people there. But I found out from federal authorities that they jammed the phones. No one in the Trump rally could have known what Mike Pence did. That's it, guys. That's the big news. It's breaking. It's the truth. And it comes from me, a witness at the rally. Thank you for watching. And I hope this clears up some things. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I rise in opposition to the objection. Over the last few hours, we have seen the consequences of dangerous, un-American rhetoric, an armed insurrection against the seat of government of the most powerful country on earth, a breach of this Capitol building to attack Congress.
My name is Eric Swalwell, and I represent California's 15th Congressional District. Manager Castro just told you about Donald Trump's lies and acts before the election. But, to paraphrase Winston Churchill, that wasn't the end of his efforts. That wasn't the beginning of the end. But perhaps it was the end of the beginning. Here's what I mean.